Serving a baklava I put up. Oh, it sold for 1800 gil. Hell yeah, dude. The Gigi situation. Seer must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. I pray the sea finds you well, Ryuluk, or at least better than it finds me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammoth to me. Why? It was unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold? Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? Fury be praised. At least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I am given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fort Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. Fingies crossed. Let's go check on our boy. There are our peoples. Excuse me. Hello, friends. Verily shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the 7 hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the 7 hells. I love Gigi. Just so, such is the creative Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Pose. Gigi's posing too. That's wonderful. Well posed, Gigi, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. What's up, Rose? Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you to surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin to my custody. Why, hello there, Ryuluk, and Inquisitor Seer, Aver the Jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic when it's plain to see that he is merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl. As for those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. As you please, were you not witness the magnificent display of Mandavillan masculinity here mere moments ago? That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. Oh my god, their poses. Gigi's so happy. I like it, well, dude. A little hat. Master of Ravensong, Inspector Seer, was all commotion. I can hear you from the courtyard. Hell yeah, there's my dude. Oh, Lord Edmont, my sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I'm come to seize the mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the inspector before you arrived. Why? At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi a boy or a girl? His face. 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no? Fury take me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? No, we just don't think anything's a heretic, dude. Fine, fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition is determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon, miraculous resuscitation? We dug him up from the snow. I see. Then until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I will even stand as a witness here and now. Oh, he's gonna adopt him. That's amazing. Adopt? Then that would make me Gigi's father. Good old Papa Hildibrand. Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course, I'll do it. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville. Aw. Gigi Manderville. Papa Hildy. See, I told you, Papa Hildibrand. The Inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. It is. I'm gonna shed a tear. So cute. Quite. Now you need no longer fear the Inquisition. You are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Adamant. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son. We must away. The family's growing. Adorable. Oh, hello, and I would not presume to question your grand design, but confound it all. Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoths, but I'm still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. You do you, man. I don't care. Listen, as long as you don't mess with my boy Hildibrand's happiness and Gigi's happiness, because I love Gigi already. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is as hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle on another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. Such a good dude. I freaking love him so much. Every time I see him, though, my heart just kind of shatters more and more. Just my BFF. Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Durin, Maltemspart. Pray do not fill the boy, the mammoth's head, with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. It's a pretty cool building, though. Furthermore, I'm quite certain that there is no House Durin, and that is rather ludicrous portmanteau of the 4 high houses, including that esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption. I don't know what they're saying. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? Nothing. I say, rather than parading him before this grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make our way to the holy stables that they might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgar's famous chocobos. Chocobo time? Hell yeah, let's go hang out with chocobos. I gotta do more chocobo racing. I started to, like, breed my chocobos. Bum, bum, bum. Splendid specimens of horse bird flesh. Would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. That's me. I'm a skilled jockey. These chocobos are a pride of Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos. It might... Sure, dude. Go sniff the chocobos. It didn't... You know, just because you found him in a Corthian snowbake, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Facts. Good point. He's finally saying smart stuff. Which is why we all try taking him to markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Yeah, man, you're part of it. You're in it. You're in it for the long run. You're stuck now. Oh, look at Gigi. Dude. But I want one. I want one. Buy me a chocobo, please, father. Ready. Rich child. Kick him in the face. Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Gigi. Aw. Gigi. Am I that strange-looking? No, Gigi. You're amazing. You're not strange-looking at all. No. Why bother? It's no use. Aw. Gigi's so sad. I like it. Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and this eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits. Aw, look at him. The post-time, yes. What? No! Hildibrand, you fool! Bro, now you gotta pay for that. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, I love him. My word, a vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? God. He knows what he did. Come on, bro. One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least you look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123 million, what? That's a lot of gil, dude. Why would you have such an expensive face on your counter like that? Why? Oh my god, it was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million. I think she's BSing us. I really think she's BSing us a bit. Oh, hello, and why have you forsaken me? I'm not paying for it. I don't have the money. Oh, can Gigi, like, magic it back together? Oh. Oh, look at that. Why would you look at that? What kind of magic is that? Amazing. Dun, 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 dun. It's a miracle, nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself. Did I do that? Sounds like Urkel. Did I do that? Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous. You're a born artisan, just like father. Papa Hildy's Papa. Freaking love Gigi, man. Your grandpapa Godbert's the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. He bashed his freaking head in, man, with his hammer. You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it. This mammoth... Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we cannot deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth. Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You are my son. You're a Mandeville man. Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Mandeville girl through and through. You can make Mandeville whatever you want, Gigi. Stop it, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama. Gigi, no. Come back, you adorable little bastard. Well, it is only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I. I say we found out what's gone into him thinking he's a mammoth. But he is a mammoth. How can you not? Oh, never mind. See, you're stop being an asshole. I don't like you. The measure of a mammoth. Hildibrand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space, definitions of man and machine. Hell yeah, it does. Hildibrand knows his stuff. Stretch. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's the spirit. Solving the simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Yes, it's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. We should begin by speaking with the sentry stationed at the city gates and that airship landing. If Fury help us, he has left Ishgard. We need to know about sooner rather than later. Smart. I'll visit the Ark of the Worthy while the inspector and assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory. After which we'll regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. What? Who are you our boss now, bro? Like, what's your deal? What do you do? Here. Weirdo. Now, where am I going? Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat? I came through here, bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them was named Lalafells, right? Funny little buggers, seemed keen to be anywhere but here. Fair. How do you buy it? What money does he have? Yeah, I don't even know. Well, if Gigi left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. Yeah, he just left out here, I just figured it out. No big deal. Falcon's Nest, Fury, take me, must return to that freezing pit of despair. Falcon's Nest is great, dude. Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. Oh. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there's but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his words to the wind. Fair. I would. Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. Yeah, because it's partly because of you being a dick and calling him a mammoth constantly. As I recall, he uses arcane powers to mend of Oz, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Corthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where we first found him. I hate this guy so much. Home to his heretic masters to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl. No. It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Manderville way. Yes, the Manderville men are nothing but subtle. You know, when I think Hildibrand and Godbert, I think, you know, I definitely think subtle. 100%. Aha, I knew it. The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. I would like to hang out with your mom a bit more. I mean, what? Oh, I skipped that. I got so distracted. Hildibrand's mom is cool, dude. What a fine young gentleman eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Manderville's beckons. It's so insane. I love it. I really can't be bothered. Alright, then leave, dude. Go away. We don't need you around at all. You're a negative, just pain in the butt. Let's fly on my creepy eyeball, or head thing. Oh no, Gigi, what happened, dude? Gigi, no! Are they having a snowball fight? That is amazing. They're literally having a snowball fight back there. That is relationship goals, if I've ever seen it before. Oh, right in the kisser. This is amazing. I love them. I can watch this for hours. It's great. Okay. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. Oh, did you get nailed with a snowball? Careful, my dear. That one was something. Ugh, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he's glad to see that you're unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? They're still going at it back there, man. I love it. And good semi-lurking. That's fine. Sure no one spoils Stray for... Don't... Ah, good call. Don't blaze quality people. Okay. As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi, we Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst in the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions. That's a lot. Several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Sure it is. I'm doing good today. I am back to normal. Definitely have to rest a few days. I expect the earth was no less brilliant for the experience. Love it. Experience either. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? Yes, he is. There he is, the man himself, Godbert. What good fortune to cross paths with you, lost so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Yes, please. I would like a snowball fight. Grandpa Godbert. Fucking love Gigi. Mama Nashu said you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy. Why am I getting emotional over a friggin' Hildibrand quest? Ooh. Is this a different area? Oh, wait, can Godbird actually do that? Wait, no, he can't do that, can he? I don't know, man. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. Aw. And the transformation. Oh my god. Now you're smart. Now you're backing up. Then let us begin. Oh, what? Dude, what are you doing? All he did was make him look like you. This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbird. Thank you. Where's your clothes? Please put your clothes on. Oh, but I've not even begun to begin. Bye, regards. God, my hammer. Oh my god, amazing. What? Poor Gigi is gonna just get wrecked. Oh my god. Oh, the Hildibrand's the only one who got flung away. Dude, how is their mom, like, just, I freaking love Hildibrand's mom, dude. Like, come on. I just want to go on quest with her. What? Why does he look so buff and large? What the hell? What? Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. You're definitely as beefy as one. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Aw. Oh, the slow motion run. What, dude? Papa Hildy. What is this? Gigi. Oh, now she was crying. Oh my god. Yes. I swear, whoever has done these, whoever like writes these quests, has got to be high out of their mind. Oh my god. What are you doing? Gigi. Oh my god. How much power do you hold? Oh! Clothesline the shit out of him. That was unexpected. Oh! His face. Oh! Why'd he clothesline him? Aren't you gonna hug him? Oh my god. What is this, dude? What the hell? Is he gonna be stuck under the snow again? He probably will be. These quests are so good, man. They're so over the top. He's doing the dance. Yes. Now he is a Manderville man. That brings back some memories. This family's weird, dude. Papa Hildy, oh dear, who could have done such a thing? You don't know your own strength, dude. There you go. Now you can be buff and tiny. Back to his normal. It's normal size. By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again, miraculously restored to its original form. Man of the hour. Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Aw. Poor little Gigi. Is that what's been troubling you all this time? Why didn't you say so? Hildibrand's blows. Love it. A Mandeville man is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be a man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, nay, I am a Mandeville mammoth. Yes. Yes, he's posing again. I love it. Excellent. Gigi is hands down the best addition to this questline. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Mandeville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the mammoths, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son. Grandpapa Godbird, Grandpapa Godbird. God, love it. Ha, it all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha! What a pun. Where is she going? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, what's gonna happen? And what's so bloody grand about it? She is, one, very badass, and two, I love her a lot. I think Hildibrand might need a new dad. Just throwing that out there. I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggery mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Well, why not, dude? I just don't think she wants to be a grandma. Yeah, he is just terrified. Fairy take me, I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical like as not. Built rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. My other wife? Ah, they're fine. They can deal. They can wait for a little bit. Anyway, I'm on Hildibrand Adventures. That's my Hildibrand questline wife. They're mad, utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a mammoth could even have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Because you're not an asshole, dude. Like, you're being an asshole otherwise. Fury take me, their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior. One step at a time, one step at a time. Oh, who are these dorks? What is this now? What the hell are these? I don't trust them. They're very sus. Right then, my superiors, having been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Mandeville, as witnessed by House Fortown, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. God. They remain convinced that the mammoth is a product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Mandeville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase and itself to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I've ever seen before. Another part's complete. These, the ones for Heavensward are going by a lot faster than the ARR ones. This ending is really cool. Oh, yeah. Freaking Gigi's huge. Who is this dork? Let's see you, Inspector.